Well, hey, I can give it all away. That used to be the phrase. I never believed in it. Because you know why? God bless, where was I living? I can remember because it was down the block. But it was in Tuckahoe, and it was in Bronxville. Person gave all of their money to their nephew, right? Nephew spent it. Second reason why I say don't give it all away, right? What you just talked about is I'm living longer, right? I want to make sure that I can enjoy my life. All right, spend down means, any fair market, you basically have to spend the money you have. You got to sell that piece of art. You got to do whatever you have to do. I'm going to accelerate the presentation. My spouse will get to keep half. Spousal protections allow you to keep half of the assets up to a limit. New York, believe me, I can help you. There's a lot of ways that are recognized in New York. Outside New York, there are still mechanisms, right? And it's basically, you can easily protect the house in $120,000 and the Mercedes SS 500. Okay? Will Medicaid take your home? They never take your home. They never take your home. They just say, I'm sorry, you're not eligible. Right? So what do you have to do? You gotta sell the home. Then it becomes cash, and then it becomes, you have money to pay for it. Okay? All right. The estate recovery system, it goes back to Medicaid guidelines changes. The states were tasked with trying to recover money from estates. It doesn't happen. Here's something that people didn't understand about Obamacare. Right? If you were over age 55, you were subject to asset recovery because you were basically on Medicaid. They alleviated it. Was on back pages of the application. It's sometimes enforced and sometimes not. I'm not going to tell you what's going to take place going forward, right? But asset recovery is you made plans, you fouled up, you didn't do it right, and we're going to try to recover assets. All right. The care I get will be substandard. Wartburg will attest it is not substandard. It is the identical care, and it's required by the state and auditors who come in and say, wait a minute, that person's private pay, this person's Medicaid pay. It's got to be identical. Now, if that person's in a private room, different story. Different story. They're paying for the extra services, right? But if it's just the same patient, same program of care, which I talk about, right, or plan of care, services are identical, right? And it goes through, you can't treat anybody differently, through expanded Medicaid now pays for assisted living and home care. The bigger piece is home care. Assisted living is harder to qualify for. But home care, very quickly. All right, pre-planning. If someone is uninsurable and concerned about the cost of care, pre-plan to avoid financial ruin. Veterans have a separate parent. There's a supplemental veterans benefit. It's roughly $1,500 a month that can be qualified. But if you are on Medicaid, you're not eligible for the supplemental veterans benefit. It's more for a private pay person. If someone needs care today, it's not too late. You can still do things. If you have excess income, one of the most popular vehicles out there right now and they've always been around, but now they're administered really for the individual more than the family. And they're charitable supplemental needs trusts. All right? First off, it's called a charitable supplemental needs trust. The government allows for it. And what was it designed for? It was if I had a disabled child, I needed to supplement their needs with care. That's what it was originally designed for. And it's designed to make sure that you are still eligible for public benefit. You don't do this on your own. You can, but traditionally you don't.